I don't think there's anybody who understands the ups and downs of the NFL more than Eagles running back Corey Clement. 2 years ago, we were all celebrating a Super Bowl 52 victory, and now we're celebrating Corey coming back to the Philadelphia Eagles. What has happened between then and now, and what happens next? That's why we've got Corey here to talk about it. Corey, how are you on this day of another lockdown day for all of us? How you doing, man?
I'm doing good. I appreciate you asking. I'm just trying to keep everything in perspective, realizing that this isn't going to be a permanent time frame that we're living in, realizing that we'll get back to normalcy soon. But for right now, we just got to bond together and realize that we just got to listen to the law. We got to stay 6 feet. Social distance is a must right now, but I'm trying to get in the most work as possible and trying to realize that football is, still in the air.
Yeah, before we get into the football aspect of it, how have you been staying in shape and dealing with something that was so sudden and so unprecedented?
I'm trying to connect with a lot of trainers who are in the area, seeing if I can do a lot of home workouts or see if I can get into an open field because, law enforcement is shutting down a lot of parks. And, most of the guys, football players, or any other sport, we just love to be outside, feel the air, especially during this time right now. We're in OTAs, so to say, right now. We're outside, we're throwing the ball, we're enjoying it. But for right now, we got to be on lockdown. So this is not normal for any athlete at this point.
Corey, what have you learned about yourself in these 6 or so weeks of lockdown?
I realized that I can cook. I'm a great cook. You just gotta take some time to prep the meals. So I'm happy that came out of this. I've been doing a lot of more piano work on my music side, so that's giving me a lot more downtime to be more balanced and not just thinking sports 24/7. Now I can tap back into my other hobbies, and it almost gives me another sense of clarity because not everybody is around you 24/7.
All right, Corey, let's talk about football and the journey you've taken. Not drafted out of Wisconsin, you make the Eagles, you help us win the Super Bowl, you're one of the heroes. And since then, injuries have really kind of hampered your journey, your career. How do you kind of put that all in perspective?
Just realizing that it comes with the sport. Not for everybody, but realizing that if it does happen to you, you really can't feel sorry for yourself. I mean, at this point, I've dealt with injuries, but I know how to overcome them. I think during the process, you realize who you are and you can find out what limits you can push, both with therapy and on the field. And this gives me another time to reflect on how can I propel myself better into the next year? What am I doing now? Because I had so much downtime. I wasn't playing in games last year. I was basically just in the back of the film room, just like, all right, what am I missing out on? What did I miss prior to 2 years ago? What can I tap back into to get that not necessarily I didn't lose the gear, but let's just refocus, revamp everything, and not get a chance to get a third pitch and let's do it. I'm not striking out.
How much did you actually miss being on the field? I know you play with such enthusiasm. You love the game so much. It had to be tough.
Yeah, it was definitely tough. Being that you got to watch your guys who you've been battling with all camp, and it's not fun for anybody who's been in that position. You guys are going through some tough times. You guys are going through a bonding period where you guys need everybody. And when you do that, that's where the team camaraderie comes from. That's where brotherhood comes from. That's where the team bonding is always just going to be elevated through camp because everybody's like, well, we only got us out here and the fans, but they really don't understand the pressure that we're going through right now, only us. So I think everybody has a different sense of urgency to kind of tighten up more. And that's what I miss about it. Being on the field, that urgency to play call is different. You want to be able to just sit in there every play call, but for me right now, I had to take it just one step back, and now I'm ready to step back into the huddle again.
Corey, how do you feel physically right now? What have you done to your body since we last saw you on the field?
I packed on a few more pounds. Happy to get my regular size body frame back. What I entered, just a little bit under what I entered coming out of college. I think being around that range, they allow me to get back to my normal weight. And I'm excited because I can add both power and speed to that with a little bit of agility. So I've been really focusing on a lot of footwork and just fundamentals when it comes down to make sure my hips are cool, because since I'm putting back on more weight, I got to be still mobile at the same time.
Your weight has been, you've gone up, you've gone down, you've put on weight when they wanted you to here, that you've lost weight when you wanted to. How much range have you had in your career in terms of your playing weight, and what is your ideal playing weight?
Probably at least, I've had a fluctuation of, since I've been there, probably about within 15 pounds. Since I entered at 227, and the lowest I've been was probably 208, something like that. And but my ideal weight is 220, anything between 220 and 225 range. I'm a short, stout guy, and I think I can't really run away from the fact that my frame is my frame. It's going to be. I don't want to fight against my body. What it has to be. I mean, what it wants to be is what it's going to be. But it's up to me to my fuel intake, hydration. It goes further than that. So if I take care of myself, body wise and nutritional wise, I should be back on track.
All right, Corey, let's talk about the Eagles' backfield, which changes all the time. A year ago, prior to late March, the Eagles didn't have Jordan Howard, didn't have Miles Sanders. Now you've got a group that's very young. How do you look at that group as a total, and where do you think you fit in?
I think I fit right in. Especially me and Miles, we've been working out a lot together. Just realizing young bucks in the group now, so it's just us. We don't really have the older heads to look up to. I think I'm the oldest in the room now, which is kind of weird until we do, if we do bring in a vet. But as of right now, I want to be able to take harness of that and realize that, okay, let me use my years of experience to say, Miles already knows what he's doing on the field, but let's see if we can all connect, both Boston and Scott. Let's see if we can all form this whole synergy and just be young bucks and be a force to be reckoned with in the league.
Corey, how just frothing at the mouth are you to get back on the football field? How anxious are you for this whole thing to end and to get back and show the Eagles what you got?
I'm definitely excited. I'm upset that this time came with the virus, because right now we would be out on the field running around enjoying, the OTA life, and guys are missing it. Guys are definitely missing it. We don't want to sit home anymore. We don't want to do the same routine. We want to get out and just break this norm we've been already in for the past 30 plus days. So I'm excited to get back out there whenever the case may be, but I'll be ready when the time comes.
The team is in the midst of a virtual offseason program. Can you explain to fans exactly what that means? How much of your day is consumed by that, and what do you do?
To be honest, it's just basically everything we would do in room, but now when we're talking virtual, we're talking from workouts. The trainers are just viewing us on the phone. We place it up, prop it up anywhere, and just get our workout in. Basically, it may sound weird and unorthodox, but in order to get ahead, we got to do this. I think the Eagles are doing a great job of making sure everybody's still on the same page, same level, and everybody's working out. And it's keeping everybody accountable and basically in check. So as long as we can have our team bonding together and still in the same format, this team is definitely off to a great start.
Have these last 2 years been an example of just how fragile the NFL life is? That, I mean, this, nothing is ever guaranteed in this NFL life. Has that kind of been really illustrated these last couple of years?
Yeah, you got to really take into account anything that comes with the sport, from the outside to the locker room, to the field, to you got to take care of your body. You may think it's going to last forever. You may feel like the best thing walking when you wake up one morning. You may feel like the worst thing walking the next morning. But it's all about how you train your body the right way. Because I talked to a lot of vets, and they said the most guys who fail to keep going are the guys who take their body lightly. And I'm sorry, I need to take into account that this is my gym. This is my diamond. And in order to keep my diamond fresh and clean, I got to be on tip-top alert, shape, and keep everything right.
Well, Corey, we wish you the best of luck. I can't wait to see you back at NovaCare. Welcome back to the Philadelphia Eagles. And yeah, man, we're all the same thing. We all want to get back to work and win big in 2020. Corey Clement, thank you so much.
Appreciate it, Dave.